Go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Well, we hope you had a good weekend here at Delmarva. Yesterday, you had the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Milton. Looked like tons of fun.
Big crowds coming out for that one. Always a great time.
And you got a chance to talk to Irish Eyes before the parade leading up to it.
But seeing what actually happened out there, we've got some of that video for you right now. Just an incredible showing down there in downtown Milton.
Yes, and just gets you in the mood and ready for that warmer weather and spring that is hopefully coming down the line. But here on Coast Life, it's always a bright, warm, and sunny day. We're your hosts. I'm Leah Rizzo.
I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And we wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of things today before we dive into all that's going on the show. And this is a trend, especially for travelers, and I think those who are newly engaged or newly wed, that a lot of folks are now traveling with a decoy ring.
That's interesting to me, and I can totally understand why people would do that. I just got back this year. I went over to Spain. Great time, but one of the things you do worry about a little bit in certain places are pickpockets, which is a thing that we don't really have here. We've got our own brands of crime, but it's not usually pickpockets. And in Spain, like, I had a little leash for my phone. Like I had, like, it was on a lanyard attached to my belt because they can get swiped like that. So I can see for something like a ring, anything valuable, maybe having your travel ring so that you're not going to lose something important. A, because somebody took it, or even B, just you're traveling, you know, you take your rings off in the hotel, you set them down while you're washing your hands, somehow forget it. You don't want that situation either.
You don't even want to get buried in the sand somewhere, you know, lost while you're scuba diving or snorkeling or
on that
enjoying
beach,
your tropical vacation. Yes, because I know when we were in the Caribbean back in December, my boyfriend's cousin, she was recently engaged, and so we were like, don't take your ring while we're out on the boat. Like, do not take it. But I get it, because she was like, but I want it. I want to show it off. And we're like, we get it, but like,
I also like the idea, if you're going to do this in the first place, if you're going to go with the replacement ring, go big, go gaudy, go ridiculous, you know, fun
Go for the one
jewelry,
that the people are going to notice.
and just be like, that's what's up, and you're like, it's definitely cubic zirconium.
Right. And it does seem that there's a bit of a range with the decoy jewelry, and some were priced at like $300, which for the decoy seems like a lot of money.
Yeah, that seems like a lot for the I'm like talking in the $10 range.
That's what, you can find one for like $20 on Amazon.
And this is good for travel abroad if you're worried about it getting stolen. But going back to the other stuff right here on the coast, especially at the beach, again, that's the kind of place that you might want to have just a secondary ring so you don't have to worry about it. Fellas at home, I will tell you, I always go with my little silicone wedding ring. I have a nicer one, but I just prefer wearing this. Also great for the beach. If you lose it, it's not a big deal.
It's not that big a deal, which I understand wanting to wear the real thing, especially because it was expensive and you want to show it off and you want people to see and you want to talk about it. It's a conversation starter. I understand all that, but I do also understand, you know, not wanting to lose that. I'd even seen a story of a guy proposing with the decoy ring on vacation, and he was going to swap it for the real one later, and he was like, do I tell her? But
can we get that sound effect one more time? I think it's important the people at home hear.
I don't know why you got a surfer voice. Yeah, you got a surfer bro voice, but it's, do I tell her? I don't know. What should I do? And
I wasn't there when Bill and or Ted got married, but that seems to be the way that would have sounded.
That was the voice for you today.
And I guess ultimately there's just two ways you can think about this. Either you just go, this is my ring. If something happens, it happens, but I'm going to wear it because I really like it. Or if it is something that you feel precious about, just take some precautions, and a decoy ring's a great way to do it.
Yes, and we're still sort of in ring territory here with this last talker before we dive into the show, but they're calling this the smart ring. I think it's actually just called ring with like a capital R, and it's basically a smart mood ring, if you will. It's got...
Well, and I'm less worried about the mood. There's a second part of this, so explain everything here.
There is a second part of this. So this is sort of a techie mood ring, if you will, with an LED light around the middle. And the lights are meant to either kind of sync up with you and your significant other. They are intended to be bought in a pair. And so not only can you kind of read the mood of your partner before even seeing each other face to face, because the light will indicate like, okay, someone's having a stressful day. But there is also sort of a tracking element, so you can catch a cheater if you must. What are your thoughts?
Well, the second one seems almost useless to begin with, because if you really wanted to do that, you probably can do that via your phones already.
Yes. There are many ways to catch a cheater in 2025.
And also, it sounds like a real insecure way to live your life. But the first part, the mood part, I mean, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. If you think that that's a fun thing to do, then go right ahead. I can usually figure out my significant other's mood pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a single word.
Yeah, fine.
Or a tone.
I'm okay.
I don't necessarily need a piece of technology to tell me that something I've said led to the wrong mood. So
you picked the wrong dialogue option, but they were all the wrong dialogue option the whole time.
And maybe I can see walking in and having a heads up if somebody's in a bad mood.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't find that. I personally don't find it that interesting. But again, if it makes you happy, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The secondary part, the tracking thing, that I'm a little bit more...
That feels like a hard way to gift that in the first place. Like, hey, babe, I bought these rings. I really thought it'd be fun if we could track each other's mood.
Also, if you feel like you're at a point where you need to be tracking your significant other, you might already be a little too far down the this isn't working out road.
Yes, and that's kind of where I feel about this whole thing, that I think as far as tracking each other's mood, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I also feel like it does open the door to kind of break down that communication skill and lose that communication skill of how are we feeling today? Or even giving your partner a heads up saying like, I've had a stressful day, I'm sorry.
We're already on our phones too often. And now even having to rely on that to go, Tina's not happy right now. Just have a conversation, talk, communicate. It's okay. It's a really important part of life.
It is an important part of life, and I feel like on the tracking each other physically side, it just feels like trust issues to me. So I'm not as on board with that. But we're always on board with Coast Life. Let's see what's coming up today on the show.
We're going to be talking a little history with some folks from Ocean Pines, looking back at 50 years in the area.
And we know that life is busy and crazy. It's easy to get stressed and overstimulated. We're going to take a breath. And we're going to get into some sound therapy later in the show.
Plus, are you putting your home on the market? The 3 paint colors that the Parker Group says you might want to go with now if you want to sell in the spring.
Those are the fun projects. All that fun and more is coming up today on Coast Life.
Coast Life is sponsored by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Home fires are devastating, so confirm right now that your insurance policy will cover today's increased construction costs. Also, do a video walkthrough of your home and belongings. If a fire does occur, your first call should be a locally owned restoration company like Riptide Restoration to secure your property from theft and weather and start working to make your life whole again. Finally, call your insurance company and let them know who you've chosen to work with.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
We're gonna need to replace your whole system to fix this.
That's a little extreme.
That won't be necessary. We just need to change a few parts.
At Paradise Plumbing, we never push for unnecessary repairs, just simple solutions. We're locally owned and operated with over 20 years in business. Whether you're in need of repairs or installation, we offer a wide range of services for your home or business to get your water running smoothly.
When plumbing problems arise,
find peace with Paradise.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Get ready for 4 days of fun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, over 200 unique artisan products, and an enhanced selection of food, beer, and wine. You won't want to miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from April 24th to the 27th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances and ticketed headliners like Strangelove, The Depeche Mode Experience, country music sensation Hunter Hayes, and the legendary Wailers featuring Junior Marvin, opened by Pacifier. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
At Delmarva Canine, a trained dog is a happy dog, and that means a happier home. With 25 years of experience training police dogs, service dogs, and pets, we've gained the trust of families across the country. Our team of certified trainers create custom programs ensuring we can show you a more confident and polite side of your pet, regardless of the breed or temperament. Call today and schedule your free evaluation to see why Delmarva Canine is all about the love of the dog.
This segment of Coast Life is sponsored by Browse About Books.
Coast Life, we know that Browse About Books on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach has tons of great reads, but did you know they also have gift cards, home goods, even beautiful puzzles like this one? You can find all kinds of gifts on the gift section side of Browse About. That is what we're getting ready to explore.
Everyone knows Browse About Books in Rehoboth Beach is the place for book lovers. And for the reader in your life, books always make a great gift. But did you know Browse About Books has an entire gift section with a carefully curated selection for every taste, thanks to Susan Kehoe and her team.
We have something for everyone at Browse About. Even though, the books are kind of the heart and soul of our store, like you said, a lot of people really don't know about this whole other amazing side of the store that we have. And as much care as we put into buying all the books and really curating those, we really do the same thing on this gift side of the store. We have an amazing selection of greeting cards from American Greetings and Papyrus. We have a lot of custom Browse About themed merchandise that a local artist makes for us. Her name is Susan Thornburg. She does jigsaw puzzles and prints and stationery products for us. We have bath and body products. We have food products, because you may not know that we have a cafe, but we do. We have a drink of the month there, and we have a full espresso bar. We make a really strong effort to make sure we have unique, fun, interesting things. Noemi, who is my gift manager, she and I just got back from the Atlanta Gift Mart, which has 7 million square feet of merchandise that we had to plow through. So we logged a lot of steps while we were in Atlanta, but that's where we go to see all the new things, all the new trends, and we rely on sales reps who come in and tell us about all this great new merchandise. So we really try to keep things fresh and new and interesting. When we get bored of something, we assume our customers get bored of something, so we try to freshen everything up a lot.
With spring right around the corner, if you like to keep your decor fresh for all occasions like St. Patrick's Day or Easter, Browse About is your one-stop shop.
We've got really fun new seasonal merchandise. Fill up your Easter baskets. We always have seasonal greeting cards with beautiful selections from Papyrus.
And right now, parking in downtown Rehoboth is free. So what hours is Browse About open? More than you might think.
We are actually only closed Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day. We're open at 8 a.m. Since we have the cafe, and we're open at least until 6 p.m. every single day. And I know a lot of people are afraid to try to come downtown to park, but there's plenty of parking this time of year. So don't be fearful of that. There are no meters, there's plenty of parking. So come down and visit all the great shops in downtown Rehoboth.
Got a Swiftie in your life? With the World Tour kicking up, you may be looking for some truly unique fan gear, apparel, and more. All of which is sure to satisfy the Taylor Swift lover in your life.
We do, and we have 3 giant cases at the front of the store, and it was probably the most popular place in the store all summer long, but it's still very popular, and now probably with some football fans will be coming to purchase some Taylor Swift merch. But we have books, sweatshirts, mugs, cups, stickers, all sorts of great things. So bring in your Swiftie to check those out.
So if you have upcoming birthday wishes to grant, Easter baskets to fill, or just want to make someone smile, Browse About Books is there to greet you like a fairy godmother of gift ideas.
So just as Susan said, they are supplied for all kinds of holidays. If you've got last-minute birthday gifts that you need to find, you're going to find the perfect thing, the perfect match here at Browse About Books on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. But don't go anywhere. We have some more inspiration coming your way when Coast Life gets back.
Tonight on Coast Evening News at 6, Lewis plans 90 new townhouses, how it could impact traffic. Plus, Rehoboth Beach considers extending paid parking through October, how these changes may affect locals. Tonight on Coast Evening News at 6.
The Harry K Foundation presents its annual chocolate crawl on Saturday, April 26th in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Enjoy delectable chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
We're looking for our first house. We're growing a family. The Parker Group and our realtor, Jen, they were great. Helped us get our first home. That was a very smooth, easy process, especially for our first time. Family expanded a little bit more. We went right to the Parker Group because how easy it was the first time. And before we knew it, here we are in our next home and we love it.
Our experience with the Parker Group was seamless.
Our realtor and the Parker Group was almost like a family in a way. They were there for us when we needed them. That was a big thing.
100% we would go with the Parker Group again.
Limited space holding you back? Dive into your dreams with Miller Pools and Outdoor Living.
Our concrete pools are long-lasting and fully customizable to fit anywhere in your outdoor living space. Whether you're dreaming of an elegant design or something simple, we'll guide you through the process every step of the way. We prioritize your schedule and offer special financing options. We also specialize in pool decks, built-in pool bars, cabanas, outdoor kitchens, renovations, and upgrades.
Call Miller Pools and Outdoor Living for summer 2025 pool cleaning and service.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Rules don't apply when it comes to designing your home or business's interior. At Mood Design Studio, we break away from typical design norms to craft one-of-a-kind spaces that belong on the pages of a magazine. Choose from a bold selection of exclusive wallpaper designs and fabrics, plus a curated selection of furniture, making any room a showstopper. Need guidance? We'll assist you in planning your space's scope and budget for a streamlined, stress-free experience. For a complimentary consultation, visit Mood Design Studio in Lewis today.
Most people remodel their kitchens for 3 reasons: poor design, lack of storage, and outdated cabinets.
That sounds like a big job.
Not with Paul Davis. We offer 2 stress-free solutions. Reface your cabinets with 5 layers of hardwood, new doors and drawers in 5 days or less. Or replace them, improve your layout and home value.
Call now.
We'll bring the showroom to you and provide an exact price the same day.
Installed before summer. Save 20% on your kitchen project or pay nothing for 12 months.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Coast Life, we have one of my favorite people in the building on the show today, my co-anchor at 5 and 6, Madeline Overturf. And Madeline, we are talking,
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing here, Charlie?
We're talking about something that's very important today, though. It affects everybody at home, and it's got people a little nervous.
Yeah.
We want to kind of destigmatize what's going on here and talk about this property tax situation.
Yes.
How people can find out what they're actually going to owe, why they shouldn't or perhaps shouldn't be totally freaking out just yet.
Right.
Again, it's complicated, so can you take us through a little bit of this story, because you very much understand it?
For sure, and just to be clear, we are not making any commentary on the
whether
assessment.
Whether it's a good idea or not a good idea. This is just what the homeowner needs to know.
Yep.
How they can check what it's going to cost them, and how they can kind of, assess what this is going to mean for them at home.
Exactly. So again, like Charlie mentioned, a lot of insecurity, a lot of concerns about this. There is a court-ordered reassessment across Delaware, and each county is doing it individually because property values had not been assessed since decades.
70s,
Decades. So the county has put a tax calculator, which for any journalist who's terrible at math, we love tools to help us with that.
That's all journalists, by the way. That's all journalists.
Terrible at math. But this calculator, what you can do is you go in and you first can see what your taxes were last year. And important here, this is just your property taxes for the county. So if you live in, let's say, Lewis city limits, you're not going to see those on there because that's city taxes.
Right, this is
just the county taxes that every homeowner or property owner in Sussex County has to pay. So first you can go see what you paid last year. Then you go to this calculator and it will include your new assessment, and you'll see it there, that value. So you can compare, okay, wait, what did I pay last year? What am I expected to pay this year? And it shows you the difference there. And also it shows you your new assessed value if you're not familiar with that. Some people haven't even looked it up. All you do is type in your address or your parcel number, your name, and you'll find it that way. So the calculator will go through and break that down. Another big part of it, though, is it does vary on school district. So if you live in the Cape Henlopen School District or the Seaford School District, you're going to have different taxes there, and this doesn't apply to that. This is just the county component.
Just the county part of it. There are other parts, as you just said, that are going to come into effect, that are going to change some of the numbers you ultimately see. But for this one thing, for the county tax specifically, this is an easy way to do it.
Very, very easy. We've actually broken it down on coasttv.com. Charlie and I did a segment on the news when it came out and showed here's how it happens. And then we have a little fun social media one, tried to do a little TikTok green screen sort of thing.
The social media one's really cool. If you need like a step-by-step walkthrough on how to do it, and we'll have that up on Coast Life as well, so you can find it there. But how does one go through the process? How did you go through the process? Because you did it for your own taxes.
Yeah, I did, because I was very curious. So it's very clear. You go to sussexcountyde.gov, and there's a big orange button as orange as this blazer. That was coincidental. But and it just shows you, step-by-step process, how to follow it there. And something that I think is important for viewers to realize is that the county is choosing to stay revenue neutral. That was their original intention. So they don't want to make a ton more in taxes. That's what they're saying. So they're actually going to lower the tax rate to make up for this assessment difference. So
basically, home prices have been reevaluated. A lot of them are going to be a lot higher, but because they're lowering the rate, the taxes should be similar. It won't be exact for everybody.
No.
But they're not trying to bring in a whole bunch more money this year.
Correct.
Based off this change.
And they are legally restricted to a 15% cap, and schools are legally restricted to a 10% cap the year after reassessment. That's only year one. Year two could be a different story. But you go there and you can see that. So like for myself, and I think I said this on air, my property was $70 more a year estimated. And there are people who said, well, my assessment's not right. We are in the appeals process. So if you feel like that first number is totally wrong, then you should bring that to the county. They want to hear that.
Yeah, if you're looking at your home going, it is definitely not worth $800,000. This is not correct. I want to appeal this. There's a process to do that.
Correct. And it'll say, like, if your assessment says you have a fireplace and you don't, like, they want to hear that. So this is a process, not a immediate happening now. But the calculator, I think what I thought was so helpful is it really shows what to estimate. And look, some people's taxes did go up. You could say a significant amount. I know some people whose property value went up a lot. However, even though their property value, let's say, quadrupled, they're not paying quadruple in taxes because of that rate. So it's still a couple hundred more for them, but it's not like, oh my goodness, I have to pay tens of thousands of dollars more in taxes, because they were afraid that was going to be the case. But the calculator shows that's not happening.
Well, we don't want anybody to feel like it's being oversold here. We also don't want to undersell it, because you talked about something important. This, again, is just the county taxes. There are other components that may change what you have to pay, and there are reasons that those numbers could go up.
Definitely.
It just isn't specifically related to this county tax.
Exactly. And again, we're not here to make any statement on the validity of any of that. That's not our job. We're the news. We're going to, at our newscast, we'll tell you about that. But again, not our opinions. We're just putting it forward to say, here's the information. Here's how you can find how much you will probably pay in county taxes. Then you need to contact your school district. You'll see how that weighs into that, and then just be able to kind of have a little bit of peace of mind, because I think
know what to expect. I think the unexpected is always the scary part when you know that your taxes are changing in some way.
1,000,000%.
You want to feel confident that you've set aside the right amount of money, or that you're not going to get some bill that you weren't expecting and now you have to deal with, especially for some of our retired folks that might be on fixed incomes, those kinds of things. I think people like certainty for.
For sure, and we try to give examples, and there are exceptions for people, and again, we're just here to be the vehicle of the information, right? And I feel like so many people, like you said, the unknown is the scariest, and also they don't know where to start. Well, we're going to help you with that here at Coast TV. That's why we're trying to do these breakdowns, these little social media step-by-step guides, because sometimes you just need a little helping hand.
Maddie, thank you so much for joining us here
you.
on the couch. We never get to hang out just regular. We're always very serious on the news. So we're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere. There's more Coast Life coming up next.
Before I had my hearing loss treated at Mass Audiology, I had a hard time trying to participate in daily activities. Now I can hear.
If you're having trouble hearing, you should schedule a diagnostic hearing evaluation with an audiologist. If a hearing aid is necessary, the audiologist should prescribe a hearing aid and verify it using real ear measurements to ensure that it fits your needs. Call Mass Audiology and ask how Signia hearing aids can treat your hearing loss. To learn more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Stroll on down to Kids Catch for the very best toys and games around. Thousands of toys from brands you can trust, like Lego and Breyer. Rooter trucks are a must. You'll find crafts and puzzles and party gifts there, and clothing that kids will just love to wear. So stop in soon, the party's just begun. We'll help you find the perfect gift, or just have some fun.
Visit Kids Catch in Lewis and Tide Pool Toys and Games in Bethany, Fenwick, and now Rehoboth.
At All Mobility, we keep you moving. Whether it's wheelchair-accessible vans, scooters, home ramps, or lift chairs, we've got the perfect mobility solution for you. Our experts will help customize options to fit your needs and lifestyle so you can stay independent and active. Scooters, ramps, vans, and more. Get moving with All Mobility. Come see us today or schedule a home consultation. allmobilitystore.com.
Liberty Concrete and Enhancements. Delmarva's decorative concrete specialists. Transform your outdoor space with stamped concrete. Choose a design, color, and turn your outside into a conversation piece.
Working with Liberty Concrete was a very easy process. It's little to no maintenance at all. We love our outdoor space.
Create a beautiful space without the maintenance of pavers that's backed by our workmanship warranty. Call now for a free estimate and design your perfect outdoor space with Liberty Concrete and Enhancements.
The most incredible shopping on the beach, Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion.
Come visit Blooming Boutique, 2 convenient locations in downtown Lewis, Longneck, and BloomingBoutique.com. Remember, we carry resort wear all year long.
Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach is Delaware's premier restaurant. Located in Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the coastal flavors of southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of ales and cocktails, Blue Coast is the perfect place for a night out or celebrate any occasion in our private library dining space. Blue Coast Rehoboth, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with plenty of free parking. See you soon.
This segment of Coast Life is sponsored by the Parker Group.
Homeownership always something that is a big deal for people, and there's always people moving out to the coast or trying to find the next new place. With all that in mind, we've got Rachel Parker with us today from the Parker Group. And Rachel, we always want to run through kind of what the hot moment in realty is with you guys. Yeah. And right now it seems like getting ready for the spring rush, that's always a big deal.
Yes, absolutely. And so I think we're all getting those little glimpses of the spring weather, and it gets everyone really excited.
I hope we're getting those glimpses.
Absolutely, yes. I think we're all excited for that. But one of the big things that people like to think about this time of the year, I mean, we think of like colorful flowers, is what color to paint your house.
Yes.
And it's always fun because every year, you know, we have places come out with the color of the year.
New trends, new things.
Yeah, and then there's also just like trends in paint colors in general. So I thought it'd be a fun time to kind of talk about what are the top 3 trends that we're seeing in paint colors for that homeowner that's trying to freshen up before they put the house on the market.
So what are you seeing? Where is it going? Are they 3 vastly different colors that are trending? Are they kind of in the same ballpark?
That's a great question. So really the overarching theme that we're seeing is more warm, natural kind of tones. And so like Pantone's color of the year, for instance, the #1 trend that we're seeing is called Mocha Mousse, which is exactly what you would think of, kind of like a coffee tone.
I can almost see it in my head.
Or taste it even, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so a lot of like coffee tones, terracotta tones is the first trend that we're seeing. It's just things that are in that, like, think of a coffee shop vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the second one, which is actually kind of surprising to me, personally, it's not a color that I use in my house, but it's really deep, rich reds, actually.
Okay, and I've seen that in some places, so I know what you're talking about here.
Yeah, and it can be a tricky one, I think, because when people think that, they might think like stop sign red, but that's not what it is. It's really deep ruby red, so it still feels warm and earthy, but it's in that red category.
Are you seeing this as whole rooms, or are you seeing it as accent walls? What are you seeing?
A little bit of both, but it can even be furniture too.
Okay.
And so like with this one, when you're going really bold like that, you can go accent wall, you can go furniture, but I have seen examples of people making like really cool, think like a study or an office in like this really rich red color, lots of books on the walls, like
I can smell the rich
furniture.
mahogany.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Like you're picturing a cigar and a glass of bourbon with it or something. But that kind of a vibe is the second one that we're seeing.
And where do we go for number 3?
So number 3 is kind of like, if you think traditionally cooler tones, we're seeing actually warmer versions of that. So think like olive greens, or think like blues that have a little bit of a warmth to them. So
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, it's very tranquil. I think for us being on the coast, it's nice because it feels like nature and the ocean and all of that, but they're not stark. Like, so what we're moving away from is the stark white, the gray, the very like sterile kind of tones. And then even our blues now, it's almost like a muted version of this couch.
Okay.
It's a blue that has some green in it, but it's again calming and just kind of a nice shade.
Well, and I've noticed that you said moving away from some of the whites and the grays.
Yeah.
When you look at new homes or you go online, it is something, those colors you see a lot. It's interesting that there's starting to be a shift, and there always is. Trends are trends for a reason.
Exactly. And so like I'm guilty of this. We built our house 5 years ago, and my husband says like, I'm so tired of white, because almost every wall in our house is white. And at that time it was the light and the bright and the airy, so white with black accents. And now it's kind of moving more towards something more comforting and warm and intimate.
So if folks are trying to maybe get a place ready for a sale, is this the time to be doing it before we get fully into that run of the selling season?
This is really the perfect time of the year, because once the weather gets warm, that's really when the market picks up. Honestly, this year it's already started to pick up a little bit, but you don't want to be in the midst of a renovation project when you're rushing to actually get the home on the market. So now is a great time. And also, we always recommend to people, don't go crazy. Like, don't be like, oh, I heard 3 colors, every room has to be like 3 different colors or anything like that. But picking like a nice neutral maybe that fits in your whole house would be a great way to freshen up before putting it on the market.
Yeah, we don't want plaid walls or anything like that. That's gonna, just because you might like it personally, we don't want you to go too crazy if it's a house you're about to put on the market.
Exactly.
We want to keep it reasonable so that anybody might be able to like it.
They want to picture themselves in the house.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to add today?
No, that's really it. If anyone does have any questions, though, I mean, if you're getting ready to put your house on the market and you're like, should I do this? Should I do that? We're always happy to answer specific questions for different specific cases. And so people can reach out to us. It's just hello@theparkergroup.com, or call our phone. It's 302-217-6692.
hello@theparkergroup.com. Easy to remember, and if you're going to be trying to put your house out there, they've got all kinds of tips, all kinds of tricks. They're very, very helpful. You want to get in touch with them. We're going to have more Coast Life coming up right after the break.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Big savings, big selection. It's the Go Big, Go Ford sales event at Preston Ford. Preston has over 500 new trucks in stock, so we're sure we have the right Ford for you. This March, save over $11,000 off MSRP on select 2024 F-150 XLTs. Visit PrestonFord.com to see all the ways you can save, or visit us in person at the Preston Autoplex, located at the crossroads of 318 and 331, just 1 mile outside of Preston, Maryland. Go big, go Ford this March at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
I started Shell's Early Learning Centers with a vision
that all children, no matter their background, could have a place to build lasting friendships, eat good meals, learn, and play, building the foundation for a stronger future. At Shell's, we embrace an open door policy, offering a warm and welcoming environment where every family feels valued and heard. Enroll your child now in our summer camp and fall program at Shell's Early Learning Center in Milton, Harrington, or one of our other 2 Kent County locations. Limited spaces available.
It starts small, just a drip. But when tragedy strikes, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. Whether it's a natural disaster or an everyday life mishap, in disaster's wake, there's only one call to make: Royal Plus Disaster Cleanup. Visit us at royalplus.com to learn more.
Clap if you love your shell house.
Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends.
It's friends.
I was gonna say that.
What's in your crawl space? Damp air, wet insulation, maybe a little fungus. It's easy to forget about what's under your home. At Bennett Termite and Crawl Space Solutions, we've been helping homeowners across Delmarva create healthier, safer crawl spaces for over a decade. We make the process simple and worry-free, so you can relax. Every project begins with a thorough inspection and ends with a final quality check. I personally make sure we just don't meet standards, we exceed them. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
There's a lot of history out in the coast, so today we thought we'd jump in the Wayback Machine and learn a little bit about ocean pines with the Ocean Pines Association. Today we have two special guests, Marlene Ott and Elaine Brady, and let's talk about history, because you ladies have this incredible book here. What is this?
This is a history book of ocean pines that was done by a gentleman by the name of Bud Rogner, who was just a resident in Ocean Pines. He had come from working from the federal government and retired, but he did the 30th anniversary edition of the history of ocean pines, taking it from 1968 to 1998. So we thought we would reprint it because we're now coming up to what, Elaine, 55 years?
55 years. We had our 50th anniversary just a few years ago, and this is when we started collecting a lot of historical documents and information from people in the community.
How much has Ocean Pines changed in the time that this covers? Because it seems, especially with some of the photos that you guys brought in, it changed a lot.
It has made an unbelievable impact. It's 3,600 acres that were 5 or 6 different parcels of land, farmland, mostly hunting land, and it now has 8,250 some homes.
What sort of gets your whole association excited about something like this and about talking about the history of the area?
Well, I think it's mostly that we have a lot of new people. We bring in 500 or more new people every year into the community, and many of them have no idea the original farmland that it was, or the fact that we didn't have a Robert Trent Jones designed PGA approved golf course, or the finest water sewer system in Worcester County.
That's right.
And when Boise Cascade put it in, they put what's called a tertiary system, and we have since hooked up almost everything on Racetrack Road. The county now owns it. They took it over from us. So it's just an amazing community.
When you look at this area and you look to the future, do you have any predictions on what it might be 50 years from now?
Well, personally, I hope it's still a very caring community. And a very safe community. One of the things that Boise Cascade did was set up, we have our own police force. We have, I think, 17, maybe even 20 people police force. We also have our own volunteer fire department. So I think that the people that come into Ocean Pines have different kind of like objectives. One is either to have fun for the summertime. I mean, we are
pretty good. Yeah, you're
6
right
miles
there.
from the ocean, or to retire. But I've run into people that I've sold property to, and they say, guess what, Marlene, we're flunking retirement because we are busier now.
Than they were when they were working.
I think we have 60 clubs and organizations over there. So if you want to get involved,
there's plenty to do.
Very active, very active community. We also have, a place in Ocean City. We've got a whole block. That's our beach club that all of our members go during the summer months, and hang out during the day. So, if you want something to do, Ocean Pines has it. We do everything.
Well, you heard it here. We've got this great History of Ocean Pines book right there. You can find more information and you can get the book on that website. What is it one more time?
OceanPines.org.
Yes, oceanpines.org. And we will be working on a coffee table book that's set up for the future.
I'm excited about what. You know what? Yes. We'll have to bring you guys back when that comes out.
Yes.
Well, we will do that. We're trying to find somebody to write it, and take pictures. Yeah. But the association has given us a whole room for the history, because we have thousands of pictures and albums and memorabilia that people are donating, so that the history of Ocean Pines will always be available if you have an interest in it.
A little walk through a different part of time, and now that we have seen what's going on in Ocean Pines in the past, can't wait to find out what happens there in the future. We're going to take a break. There's more Coast Life coming up next.
Every visit is an adventure at Browse About Books in Rehoboth Beach. Search our hand-picked book collection and find something in every genre. From bestsellers to some of our staff picks, you'll uncover a new adventure every time. After you've browsed our extensive book selection, explore our gift shop, where you'll find an exciting array of toys, gifts, Rehoboth-themed items, and home decor. Browse About Books on Rehoboth Avenue, a fun, friendly place to shop for books and so much more.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people, are professional, and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
The Eastern Shore has seen a significant amount of storm damage lately. Filing a claim could raise your premiums or even risk policy cancellation.
Let us give you a fair, honest, and professional opinion.
With years of handling storm damages, we speak insurance. Our team can identify, document, and present the proper scope of work, saving you time and money.
Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's more.
3 brands, 2 locations, 1 choice. Delaware Hot Tub Company, turning hot tub dreams into reality for over a decade.
Offering the most luxurious spas like hot springs and caldera.
Now offering discount pool chemicals and supplies.
Ask us about free covers, free steps, free local delivery, and 0% financing too.
Save time, save money.
And upgrade your lifestyle with the first choice in the first state,
Delaware Hot Tub Company. Hot tubs, hotter prices. Delaware Hot Tub Company, Millsboro, and Lewis.
Signs of poor eyesight aren't always clear to us. At Wink Vision Center, we provide the best possible standard of care to discover the signs and improve your vision. Our eye exams are fast, easy, and comfortable to ensure you and your family can see clearly as soon as possible. Shop the finest selection of designer frames from Tiffany to Vera Wang, Maui Jim, and Urkers. Need an appointment? We can get you in as soon as the next day. The choice is clear. Wink Vision, Ocean City and Cambridge.
Well, we know between busy schedules, busy lives, stress at work, life can become very hectic and it can be very stressful and it can be very hard to kind of turn that part of our brain and our bodies off. But have you thought about the effect of sound in order to do that? We are hanging out with Mary Lampert today, a vibrational therapist, if you will, and you deal with sound, music in a sense, sound therapy. So sometimes people hear a sound bath, they're thinking, am I getting in the water, or am I putting on a bathing suit? Explain to us a little bit about what it is that you do.
Okay, well, I always like to share a little the science of what I do.
Please.
And I work with your nervous system. Mm-hmm. The whole thing about stress creates inflammation in your body, and inflammation in your body creates dis-ease. So I like to present my work as reminding people that they already have these tools. And this particular protocol that I have a passion for is, I use different instruments, which I will share in a little bit. I feel it's really important that we all take the time to slow ourselves down. Yeah. Because after COVID, the fact is we all went into our adrenals, which is fight and flight. Yeah. That is a part of our being, our DNA, and we really need to know that our bodies can't live in fight and flight. Or what my purpose is to help people move out of that. Yeah. That's with breath work, because your nervous system follows your breath. Yeah. And I was actually sharing that humming is really important. Yes. Humming activates a cranial nerve. It's the vagus nerve. So if anyone wants to research this, think of Las Vegas. Go in and Google vagus nerve, and it'll come up. It is a nerve, it's the longest nerve in your body, and it touches every organ. We have to be careful because your thoughts are frequencies. And what you think, you become. You become and build your life one thought at a time.
I love that.
And it's really important that we catch ourselves when we're in a loop, something that's less than nourishing. And it's, it's really important that we, have a ritual, whatever fits and whatever we like to do, yoga, Tai Chi, gardening,
whatever that is for you.
Whatever that is go to your happy place. Yeah,
I love that.
And because your brain will lock into that, and then all that chatter, it's a story. It's a chatter. And so you'll get out of that because you'll now land into something that is actually nourishing you and quieting you.
Yeah, and grounding, I imagine. Now, you also work with a lot of cancer patients. I mean, that's got to be one of the most stressful times in someone's life that they're going through, whether it's various treatments, finances, what the future looks like. Caretakers get involved with all of that stress too. So how do you kind of see and help cancer patients, and have you kind of seen them grow from maybe the first session to after they've done this a time or two?
Well, I've been fortunate to be with the Cancer Support of Delaware for about 4 years now. Wow. And so I offer twice a month in my studio one day. Well, it's every other week, but I've opened it up to cancer patients and or caregivers. And then we do a Zoom. And I feel like, at first, I'm still educating them if they have never experienced it on what it is that is actually happening on a cellular. Just it's almost like a little safety net and to hold them, to hold space for them as they kind of get, because we're strong and we're courageous, and you create your own mantra, so to speak. But wonderful group of people, and they give me so much back. And I'm entrusted with, and I'm so grateful to be able to do this for this particular group.
Yeah, and I'm sure it means a lot to them as well to, have this outlet, have that mantra built or rebuilt, because I think a lot of times for a lot of cancer patients, there was before and there was during, or there was before and there was after, and it's really hard to kind of connect those two. So I'm sure that this sound therapy helps re-ground them and remember, who you are. There's and as well. So I'm very curious about kind of what this looks like, how this goes for somebody that is experiencing, sound therapy. So we'll get into that. But before we do, could you give people some contact information in case, this appeals to them?
Yes. We're the Cancer Support Community Delaware.org.
Perfect. So if you have any questions, if you've got some questions, you can check that out. But we're going to kind of dive into sound therapy and what that looks like when Coast Life gets back.
It's battle time.
Another seal!
Every time! With superstar mentors and a war of words.
Should I do some poetry?
No, please don't. The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
I've been refining my practice for many years now.
He's a serial killer with a God complex. He's keeping his victims alive. The question is why.
It's time. The Hunting Party, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Oh, you can do that for me?
Stop hogging the new bathroom!
I'm on the phone.
Who are you on the phone with?
Alex from Peninsula Bath.
What are you wearing, Alex from Peninsula Bath?
Khakis? And with that second bathroom, we'll give you an additional 10% off.
Mercy, that's a great deal, Alex from Peninsula Bath.
Call now to lock in your 10% discount off your second bath remodel.
Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
Give your home that brand new house feel with a spring refresh from Spicer Brothers Construction. From top quality roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutters, we can handle all your exterior renovations, installed by professional experts, built to last a lifetime.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you can have total peace of mind. Right now, save 25% on your entire Refresh Your Home project. Plus, with our Home Shield Protection Package, know your home is covered year-round.
Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Whoa, Matt, you need a little help with that?
Whoa, David Akers.
Yes, please. Kick the competition to the curb with Matt, the carpet guy.
What in the world? Where did that come from?
When it comes to flooring, don't pick the big box stores.
The team at Matt the Carpet Guy provides quality flooring, exceptional service, and of course, affordable pricing. Matt the Carpet Guy, flooring done right.
Well, Coast Life, before the break, we were talking about ways that you can de-stress because there really is so much busyness and noise and it affects our whole body, head to toe. And one of the ways that you can do that is with sound therapy. We are still hanging out with Mary Lampert and you were sort of describing to us what you do, how it helps, some of the people that you see, like cancer patients, and how it just kind of reground you. So if you saw behind us before the commercial break, these beautiful bowls, instruments. Talk to us a little bit about what we're seeing here.
Well, they're quartz, crystal bowls, and this particular set is the chakras. So you have, the root, and it's C, D, E, F. So if you could play a song with them.
Right. Okay. Each one's a different note.
But I am not a musician. I'm very organic. I just go by the feel and the energy I'm kind of getting from everyone.
Okay.
And so you have that. Let's say this one is your root, but this is.
Oh yeah, you feel that everywhere, really.
And so. And then I have some of the Himalayan bowls. And again, there's so much history behind this particular bowl. But
it's beautiful.
It has its own kind of little depth. It's totally different than these. And I have wonderful little bells, and I have rattles, and of course my wonderful gong.
It's beautiful.
And isn't she beautiful?
She is gorgeous.
And
robust.
But the gongs are basically, one of the oldest instruments, and it's a drum.
True.
And people don't really see them as drums.
Yeah.
But ways of communicating deep into history. If you think of drumming, if you've ever been to a drum circle, and there is that shamanic, history of how the drums sort of move through you.
Yeah.
So that's. I'm using all of the rain sticks, and I have all sorts of wonderful, the koshi chimes, which are elements, because
they're beautiful.
We are 5 elements.
Yeah.
Everyone has 5 elements. I I'm in love with what I'm in love with.
I can see that, and I think that's wonderful, and I think a lot of people would actually love to see you in action here, Mary, so if you wouldn't mind, we're going to kind of reset and have you maybe kind of walk us through a little bit of what you do, if that's okay.
Sure, I'd love to. I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit of the sounds that you would experience during a sound bath. I always like to start with your breath. So as a viewer, if you'd like to join me and just mindfully connect with your breath, your nervous system is following your breath. And I'm going to share the different tones of these bowls and some other instruments. If you find that you're sliding back into your thoughts, acknowledge that and then go back to your breath.
Surface Solutions is rolling across Delmarva, providing the best asphalt and concrete installation for your home or business. Our professional team is transforming the asphalt industry with an impeccable reputation for quality. We guarantee a timely response, unparalleled customer service, and a detailed free estimate in days, not weeks. Call the exterior surface specialists at Surface Solutions and ask about our special financing rates as low as 0%.
Call the professionals at Surface Solutions and discover the difference.
Whoa, Matt, you need a little help with that?
Whoa, David Akers.
Yes, please. Kick the competition to the curb with Matt, the carpet guy.
What in the world? Where did that come from?
When it comes to flooring, don't pick the big box stores.
The team at Matt the Carpet Guy provides quality flooring, exceptional service, and of course, affordable pricing. Matt the Carpet Guy, flooring done right.
Spark your senses at the Spice and Tea Exchange in Rehoboth Beach. Food lovers, home chefs, and tea enthusiasts rejoice. Smell and sample your way through hundreds of exotic spices and teas from around the world. Our signature blends and rubs are hand-mixed daily to ensure the highest quality and freshness. Talk to our tea experts and learn the wellness benefits of drinking fresh, loose-leaf premium teas. Find a tasteful gift for that special someone or join us for an in-store cooking demo. Find your way to flavor at the Spice and Tea Exchange on the Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. Sister locations in Annapolis, Maryland and Old Town Alexandria, Virginia. Be a part of art. Come inside the Art League of Ocean City's Center for the Arts. Waterfront on 94th Street Bayside. Admission is always free, year-round. Enjoy diverse galleries featuring original and local artworks for sale. You'll always find something new to see. Take an art class. We have something fun and unexpected for all ages and skills. Check our calendar. It's full of special events. See everything you need to know at ocart.org.
We believe that a great community health system reflects the community it serves. And like Sussex County itself, we've been on an exciting journey of growth and transformation, evolving from a trusted community hospital to the region's premier healthcare provider and Sussex County's most comprehensive health system. We're proud to be on this journey together, miles ahead, but by your side the entire way. Because Sussex County is our specialty.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Do you feel a little more refreshed there, Coast Life? If you joined us before the break for that little bit of sound therapy with Mary, she was so sweet and so much fun to talk to. But it is almost time for us to get on out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Charlie is downstairs getting ready for Coast TV News at 5. But tomorrow on Coast Life, we've talked to our friends at the Delaware State Police several times, but we have yet to introduce you to the Mounted Patrol Unit, and that is what we will be doing tomorrow on Coast Life, and of course, so much more. So have a great rest of your day. Out of here, go enjoy that extra hour of sunshine that we sacrificed that hour of sleep for, and we'll see you tomorrow on Coast Life.